thought that if he shouted one more time, I would fall back into the silence of the past. But this time, I only need to press one send button, and all his lies will collapse. Chris's shouting reverberated through the office, sending chills down everyone's spines, but I didn't waste a single word. Every record, every absence, all the hypocrisy he thought he'd hidden, was already arranged in a timeline in my hands. The grievances I had endured over the years, his missed promises, evasions, and feigned care, were meticulously nailed down as evidence. And when his mother, sister, and girlfriend confronted him one by one, when social media tore apart his perfect dad image, when he paced outside his apartment holding his phone, unable to utter a full sentence in panic, he finally understood that the one left embarrassed was no longer me. The one kneeling in regret was now him. Time rewinds 5 years. My name is Laya, 19 years old, still a high school student. He was 23, an intern counselor at school. I was captivated by his low, soft words and believed them. The age difference was just a number. The soulmate he spoke of, I bought it all. When I became pregnant, his face went pale instantly. 3 weeks later, he enlisted in the army, claiming it was for our future, but in reality, he was just running from responsibility. Amira, my daughter, is 8, smart and lively, but she learned early to calculate how long her dad had been absent. The occasional $50 a month transfer could not cover his absence. On social media, he posed as the perfect father, holding toys and laughing with his army buddies. Today, we stand at the courthouse. He is applying for joint custody. You've hidden the child. I can't reach her. The judge orders supervised video calls. He insists I cannot be present. I want to build a relationship with my daughter alone. I stand by, hands gripping my bag, spine straight, eyes locked on him. Amira hugs her teddy bear, eyes full of nervous curiosity. 2 weeks later, Amira's 8th birthday. 15 children run in the backyard. The inflatable castle stands tall. A unicorn cake sits on the table. Colorful lights flicker on the children's smiling faces. I stayed up late decorating streamers and balloons until dawn, wrapping each little gift in colored paper. Amira holds the birthday card she drew, bouncing up and down. Mom, hurry. Dad has to see me on camera. I adjust the iPad, ensuring the video call works perfectly, every angle pointed at her. 5 minutes pass, and her father hasn't appeared. 10 minutes, the children begin to murmur, when do we cut the cake? 20 minutes, Amira's little hands tremble on the iPad, tears welling, maybe Dad's internet isn't working. I clench the counter, take a deep breath, and walk back to her. Sweetheart, he can't be here right now. Happy birthday. Her face stiffens. She quietly sobs and runs back to her room. 15 children stand frozen. I crouch and hold her, a cold fire igniting in my chest. I will not let him escape this time. Memories surge like a tide. In high school, because I was pregnant, classmates ostracized me. In class, someone slipped me a note, who wants to sit with you? In the hallway, they pointed and photographed me. Teachers whispered in the office, Laya, are you sure you can handle school and a child? I gritted my teeth and held back tears, clutching my textbooks. Every humiliation felt like a knife in my bones. Chris promised to take care of me, and I trusted him. The first prenatal visit, he didn't come. During delivery, he was still overseas. When our child turned 1 month, the gifts he sent were cheap toys and a few checks. I learned to bear it alone. Morning walks to school with Amira, running across rain-slicked streets, nights spent recording bills and medical expenses, taking her for checkups while nurses shot us strange glances. I held Amira's small hand. It's okay. We can handle this ourselves. Once, when she had a high fever, I carried her to the hospital. Chris's calls went unanswered. I paced the hall, fingers tapping the phone screen, quietly noting every absence. Every humiliation, every neglect, every broken promise, I documented. Screenshots of texts, emails, social media posts, bank transfers. At night, I organized the data, labeling each entry by date with colorful tags. 8-year-old Amira played in her room as I listened to her laughter, silently swearing, "One day, he will pay for every broken promise." School events were another test. At 6, she performed in a music recital. I sat with her in the front row. He promised to come but didn't. I held her hand gently. "Sweetheart, you did great. Don't be sad." Amira nodded, eyes flashing determination. At that moment, I realized I had to learn calmness, accumulation of strength, and that these pieces of evidence would become my weapon for revenge. I practiced communicating with his family, calling his mother and sister repeatedly, controlling my emotions, presenting facts precisely. Gradually, I realized I was more strategic than him. Each piece of evidence could create pressure, every action could reveal the truth. After Amira's 8th birthday, I spread notebooks, computer, and phone on my desk, laying out 8 years of texts, photos, social media screenshots, court documents, and bank records. I moved each item carefully, creating a timeline, every piece a nail hammered into his false image. I first called his mother, calm voice. "This is your son's recent life. He says he's busy, but actually..." I sent photos and screenshots one by one. Her fingers trembled as she scrolled. I didn't expect him to be like this." I hung up and slowly set down the phone. Next, I accessed his sister's social account, took screenshots of her criticizing a bad father, combined them with Chris's messages to me, and sent them with the note, "You always thought your brother was a good father. Look at the facts." Minutes later, she messaged, "I'm sorry, I misunderstood." She transferred $300. I watched the number appear, a slight smile on my lips, saying nothing. Then, I opened his girlfriend's chat window, sent screenshots of his attempt to reconcile 2 months ago, along with social media posts flaunting his single life, then added court documents and child support records, each marked with dates. Within an hour, my phone vibrated incessantly. Dozens of missed calls, texts flooding in, "You'll regret this." I slowly scrolled, reading each one, ignoring calls. My finger hovered over the last message. I exhaled gently and put the phone down, eyes icy calm. On social media, comments poured under his photos, friends questioning his birthday absence, strangers mocking his hypocrisy. I leaned back, a slight smile. Amira ran out, holding a gift from her grandmother. "Mom, look, I like it." I crouched, hugged her, patting her gently. "If you like it, that's enough." She held me tight, eyes sparkling. The night was quiet. I knew his world had begun to tremble, while ours had finally found stability. A few days later, he called, voice urgent. "Laya, who did you send all this to? You're destroying me." I picked up my teacup, took a sip. "I only told your family. You owe them the truth." Silence on the other end, then a roar. "You'll regret this." I put the cup down gently. "No. I'm just making you face reality." On social media, his image collapsed completely, comments filled with questions, mockery, and criticism. Meanwhile, Amira and I finally had our complete world. Outside, night was calm. Amira sang happily in her room. I lifted her gently. "Good night, sweetie." She snuggled against me. "Mom, I really liked today." I kissed her forehead. "I did too, sweetie. From now on, he will never affect us again."